Hi everybody, Craig here. Welcome back to Symphony of War, the Nephilim Saga. In our last episode, we completed Chapter 9, which was our most challenging chapter to date. We had to fight against the Veridian Imperial Army under the command, I guess, and overall instruction of Prime Minister Casimir, which was extremely dangerous and a very, very challenging endeavor for us. Thankfully, we came through it without too many heavy losses. It turns out that General Lysander, who was the general of the Veridian army, has defected to our cause, and we also appear to have the support of at least some of the royals within Veridia, while others are supporting the Prime Minister in his cause. So it does appear that we have a civil war that's about to break out. Now, let's proceed onwards to Chapter 10, to War. The Veridian Civil War has begun. We find ourselves aligned with the Western forces in direct opposition to the Prime Minister. We set out now to save Asanter's capital city and liberate Trucia. Casimir enjoys great popular support by making grand promises to the public to progress the country beyond the shackles of the nobility and to spread their ill-gotten wealth. Now able to link the Denari Temple to the Empress's murder, he had all the justification he needed to carry out his vengeance on the temple. With help from Duke Lothar and the army of Asanter, and the defection by Imperial General Lysander, the attack on Lemelin failed in a humiliating defeat. Duke Terranor of Rimorg, he has not taken the Empress's murder lightly. After weeks of persuasion by Prime Minister Casimir, Terranor reluctantly agrees that the time to take action against Lothar and the temple is now. Terranor marches his army into Lothar's territory, marking the beginning of the Veridian Civil War. The West, which includes the Duchy of Asanter and the Denari Temple, against the East, comprised of the Duchy of Rimorg and the Imperial government. Terranor's much more powerful army takes the offensive and seizes the Asanter city of Trucia. They now prepare for an assault on Asanter's capital city. If Asanter were to fall, the temple would be next. With its collapse, Casimir may become unstoppable. Diana and Craig prepare for war and set out to stop the city of Asanter from falling into enemy hands. So yeah, definitely things are getting serious here as we have this civil war now on our hands. But let's go and check our supports here. Likely we have some conversations to be had. So Craig and Stefan have a conversation. Tide Reaver Scum. Ah, the Chosen One stands before me again. I suppose one would call this a religious experience. One that does not result in a crushing headache the next morning. Can you tell me more about the Tide Reavers? You'd better hope they ain't having any eyes and ears trained upon you right now. Anyway, they've ruled the black market for the last 1,000 years. Crazy competent, I'll tell you that much. Why doesn't anyone crack down on them? You ask anyone else that, they'll give you some pithy theory about how slippery those chaps can be. True as that is, they survive by cozying up to the big boy in town, usually cutting some politician in on the profits. Been happening since the days of old. Back some 100 years ago, they trafficked in Nevestium, and the whole operation was backed by the Veridian Empire because of personal connections. And the slave trade keeps turning. That is pretty disgusting. No one should be a slave. Yeah, well, take it up with Dinar or whatever. No, I want to destroy the Tide Reavers completely. I'm going to do it, Stefan. The boldness of this one. Well, do let me know about your plan when you've got one, friend. I've been meaning to strip those dogs clean for some time now. Plus, we'd be doing the whole world a big favor. Oh, nice. Craig and Stefan are now friends. That's great. All right, next. Diana and Lysander, an impolite inquiry. Might I steal a few moments of your time? Of course, Lysander. Though I am not as interested as Craig, so I fear you will be disappointed. I am not as interesting as Craig, so I fear you will be disappointed. As you may know, I am not a devotee to the Denari doctrine, and you are famed for being perhaps the strictest adherent alive. One could say that. May I ask, do you see your beliefs as the most correct and righteous? Compared with, for example, the followers of Xanatus? The followers of Xanatus are wicked, and the wicked shall be crushed. It is very simple. Indeed, and if you were to read the minds of these Xanatus worshippers, what do you think you would see? Would they not have the same adversarial conviction? That perhaps these adherents to Xanatus act and live with their own sense of righteousness? These ponderings are a little dull to me. Some things are and some things aren't. No need to play devil's advocate all the time. I suppose I have become quite the nuisance to you now. It's all right. Philosophers often wish to question the intensity of the temple's resolve. After you have witnessed how the Xanatus cultists conduct themselves, you will no longer see them as misunderstood outcasts. At the risk of sounding curt, it's best you just let me fulfill my role in peace, knowing that you can continue to live in a world in which you won't be burned alive for having divergent thoughts. I must say, this conversation has far exceeded my expectations. Your expectations? Oh, you know, I didn't mean... So, me, Diana, me like smash bad guys. Point taken. I shall leave before I embarrass myself further. Seems like he kind of assumed Diana might be a bit simple. Craig and Diana, they have a deeper dive into the Nephilim. Diana, can you tell me about the original Nephilim? Eager to learn, aren't you? The temple has its stance on the Nephilim, regardless of multiple interpretations. This is your stance as well? The saints Dinar, Galzus, Cyrene, Ishtar, and Landis are the founders of our faith. Dinar, as we interpret, was the physical embodiment of his divine power in Tanra. The moment the man we know as Dinar arrived in our world, we believe Dinar, through flesh and blood, became one of us mortal beings, and made us Dinari. Galzus was a warrior who relied upon his strength and ferocity. You find similar traits in the others. Landis's guile, Cyrene's kindness, and Ishtar's devotion. Each of the 5 Nephilim are represented by one of the 5 virtues of the temple and 5 elements of our universe. Dinar of the light, Galzus of fire, Cyrene of water, Landis of wind, and Ishtar of earth. These are the pillars of virtue that are used to judge the quality of our devotees. Some choose to walk the path of all saints, others will favor one in particular. So can I guess that Galzus is your favorite saint? He is told as the most fearless and fearsome being who ever lived. I can only hope to emulate his story. Well, does such a being exist to match you in battle? An opponent may not be one's downfall. It could be one's own pride or something unforeseen. This is a dangerous world, Craig. Yeah, I guess so. Diana, I have to tell you, so often I think you should be in command of this army, not me. You humble me, but we are going into the unknown. I do not possess the knowledge or training to coordinate an army as you do. I simply prefer to feel the crunch of my enemies' skulls under my boot. What a lovely picture you paint. Alright, one more here. Craig and Abigail, instant chemistry. These two will be bound together, preventing any other such bonds. Are you sure? Oh, interesting. Okay, so this is apparently like a romance. Well, I don't know if we should pursue this at this point or if we should wait. I guess the question here is it worth pursuing this in light of potential other pairings that could happen? Well, we'll think about that. Maybe in the meantime, while we're pondering that, let's figure out our army organization here. Okay, so lots of things to happen here. So Craig has a unit that can change class in the back here. We have our militia that can promote. You know, I was thinking it would be nice to get a hospitalier and be able to add that into Barnabas's squad, because we've got the capacity to do so, especially if we unequip the artifacts here. But I don't think we have enough magic on this unit to be able to do that, unfortunately, if we take a look. So, yeah, we only have 14 and we would need 20. So we may end up just turning her into an acolyte at the moment. That's probably the safer bet, so let's do that. There's still the opportunity to have her turn into another Valkyrie as well, once we have the that little gold jewel item that we need. Alright, so now we have an acolyte. We may want to redistribute that unit eventually. Let's see Sybil. Nice, okay, Sybil should be able to get an additional unit for her squad, so we'll definitely do that. I see Diana has a unit that can change class as well. In the back, we've got Sigrid. Nice, okay, same story with Sigrid. Not enough magic to do anything else. We can become an acolyte, so we'll probably do that. Yeah, let's do that. Very good, okay. And then, now Stefan's group unfortunately took some pretty heavy losses in that last battle. We can add in our other rogue here, I suppose. And then the other question is, what else would we want to put in Stefan's squad? Maybe some more archers or something like that. I don't know, but we'll have to think about it. Artifacts here, what do we have equipped? Oh, these are all evasion, that's good. So we'll think about Stefan's squad and how we'd want to change it. Let's see, Abigail's group. They've got some pretty good capacity now. We might be able to give them another unit. Beatrice is maxed out, but we can't change her class just yet. Oh, I see. We would need more skill, it looks like. We have 55 and we need 60 to get a Swordmaster. So we'll just keep leveling her up, and hopefully in the near future we can accomplish that. Up front, our acolytes are both ready to be promoted. Unfortunately, they just don't have enough strength, I'm guessing. Is that the... Oh, this one does. Why? Oh, but we don't have any more of those jewels. That's right. I forgot. Yeah, shoot. We're going to have to see if we can acquire some more of those somehow. Hopefully in one of these missions we get a chance to. Let's see, Marion's group. Marion's squad really did well last battle. I mean, we took some damage, but it was nice having them strong and kind of ready to fight. Now, I notice here our dragon does have that maxed out CP, but we're still waiting, just to check here, we're still waiting on getting stats that are high enough for us to be able to get promoted here. So 62 strength, which is pretty high, or we would need 48 magic or 40 skill. Looks like magic is what we're closest to, so we'll just keep an eye on Burith here as continues to level up. But Marion, if we were to take away some of her items, I wonder... Let's just see her artifacts. She's currently got +3 cap, so if we take that away, we would still only be at 9, which isn't quite enough to have another unit, unfortunately. So yeah, Sybil, we definitely want to add somebody to. We have Lysander now. He's our newly acquired unit. We did lose one of his gunmen here, his gunners, and one of his spearmen up front, but otherwise... we're in good shape. Now, I believe he does like a healing, he heals all the units in his squad. You can see he has like no armor. So he's very fragile, so we'd want to keep him out of damage. So what I'm thinking we could do is definitely add some troops to his unit. Let's see. Ella and Raskuja did pretty well in that last battle as well, helping us out when we needed. I'm really impressed with Jules' squad, though. They do a ton of damage, which is great for us. Narima also helping us out tremendously. And now I noticed Barnabas here, you can see we have capacity to add almost probably another unit to his group here, or at least be very close to it. If we got rid of the artifacts, I think we could add another cavalry in. Now, I'm noticing that Barnabas himself has a golden arrow, which I think means, yeah, we can't manually change his class, but I believe this means we could use a proof of merit. Use on a tier 3 unit with max CP to upgrade them to a gold version of their current class. We'll no longer be able to change class. Now, we do have 5 of these, so, you know, this might be worth using on Barnabas. Let's see what it would do to him. Oh, very cool. It actually changes his appearance, too. So I notice here it gives him actually some pretty substantial stat boosts here. His strength goes up quite a bit. You know what? Let's do it. Golden classes can no longer change class. Are you sure? Yeah, that's totally fine, because Barnabas is like a unique unit anyway, so let's do it. Excellent. So Barnabas is now a lot stronger. That's great. Now, we've got to decide if we want to move some of Craig's units out of this stack. So I'm thinking we'll probably take this unit out and replace it with another unit to train. We could even add this unit into Sybil's squad as a rear guard if we really wanted. You know, I wouldn't mind that now that I'm thinking about it. So why don't we put her... Just seeing right there, I think, would be best. Oh, and I almost forgot. We recruited this unique mercenary here in the last battle. Cloudrender Athelis. Super impressive. Also interesting, doesn't come with the mercenary debuff there, which is great. So we'll probably make a new squad with that unit, I'm thinking. Speaking of which, let's check on our other unique mercenary. Conrad, there he is. Let's see how he's doing. So he is still a mercenary, so we got to keep working on that. He's got that Siren, the Soldier, and the Paladin. So, unfortunately, not enough capacity to add anything else to the squad beyond maybe an item. So let's see if we have any. Actually, you know what? We can get rid of this blade, since we don't need it with his group anymore. So let's unequip that. Yeah, now they're maxed out. So maybe we can use that on another squad to give them some more capability. Let's go check out the marketplace here and see what we can recruit. Okay, nice. We've got a pretty decent soldier there. He's got garrison. Lisette is a paladin. Got, Immortal Spirit. What's that? Once per chapter, this unit will survive an enemy volley that would otherwise be fatal. That could come in handy in certain situations. We've got a sword fighter here with Executioner. Unit has a chance for an extra action for every enemy below 25% health at the end of combat. So you have a chance to try to kill off somebody, I guess. We got a Dark Bowman here who I'm going to recruit. And we've got a Water Fighter. Let's see what the trader has for items here. Oh, there's that St. Teresa's Tiara again. Gain strength for every point of magic. Magic is set to 0. I don't think we're going to do that. I think we'll leave that be. I noticed, though, we do have a silver arena token, which we are absolutely going to buy. Let's see. Mortal Spirit, once per... Okay, we've already seen what that does. Nice, an Apple of Agility. Let's purchase that. Fire Affinity. I don't think we have any Fire Affinity. Maybe we do. I'll have to check. Bowmanship. Any archery attacks from this unit will ignore the penalty for firing at walls or woods from +2 range. That could be good to just to give some of our bowmen there. Obsidian Edge. Let's check this out. Decreases maximum health. Plus 25% damage dealt to boss squads. Only applies to human targets. That could be alright if given to, like, some archers or something like that, maybe. We've got horses here. I mean, we probably don't need extra iron, but let's just buy it while we're here anyway. Precision. Critical hits bypass 100% of target armor. That's pretty deadly. We'll grab that too. And then, yeah, recruiting, we'll see if we need some more units. Like I said, we want to probably form a new squad with our new unit here. Oh, and check it out. So because she's riding a dragon, this unit's riding a dragon, it looks like we can fly. Although I imagine if we add other units to this squad, it won't be flying. Like this Drakeling, despite having wings, is probably going to mean... Yeah, and now suddenly we're on the ground. So that affects our mobility and things like that. I think it's probably, even though the flying would be helpful, I think it's probably better to have more units in this squad just so that it's a bit stronger. So why don't we... let's move our units up here. So she can be the leader of the squad there, I think. And then we want to add in some more troops, probably. We'll have to think about who else we want to add to that squad. It's going to be a very, very powerful unit with that extremely powerful Dragon Rider in there. Now, I wonder if we should maybe take Hela's squad apart here. I'm kind of thinking that might be a good idea. You know what? Yeah, let's do it. We're going to disband the squad. And then we'll reallocate those troops as needed here. So let's go down to this squad, and we'll just add in another dragon. Because why not? Now, one thing that I do want to probably do is... Thorax is a little bit on the weak side in terms of experience there, so maybe just a level up or two would be helpful. There's one. We'll do two. Just so he's not completely out of his element being in a really powerful squad like that. And then... So Sybil we've already worked on. Diana's squad, again, we could probably consider switching out units if needed, like Sigrid in the back there. But I think it's better to have Sigrid as the rear guard, so I think we're okay there. One other thing, oh, and I almost forgot, we have 10 research scrolls, so let's see if we can do anything with our tech tree here. Oh, this is great. Okay, we've got some big choices to make in terms of what we want to research. We've got... Probably going to go for some of these tier 3 options. One thing, though, that in that last battle, I realized how good our the gunners are. So I'm going to probably do this one where I'm now able to manufacture guns and cannons. It's going to unlock those classes, so I am going to do that. Another thing here that's important, so gunner units and artillery are no longer negatively affected by weather. This makes it so that your gun units are able to fire in like wet conditions, because I believe if you're in like winter conditions, your gun units actually won't shoot. They can't fire because they presumably their black powder is wet or something like that, which kind of makes sense. So I'll probably grab that upgrade eventually as well. Now I think this one would be pretty useful as well, because we've had lots of situations where we've had our units kind of surrounding or next to each other when they're fighting against an enemy squad. So it has to be adjacent to the target squad, so I think that means kind of like surrounding them. This would increase the mobility of our archer class. Let's see, Hex Mastery. This one wouldn't be bad. Increased chance for status effects to be afflicted. I kind of want this one, though, where spells that have a charge-up turn are now cast on the first turn when you're on offense. I think that would be pretty helpful, so I'm going to grab that. I think that's going to make a big difference for us, actually. And we've still got 4 left. Thinking maybe the advanced flanking would be a good choice. The other option is we get the breach loader, just so that we don't have those misfires. I want to quickly check as well, now that we've got access to the... Okay, so that doesn't change any of the units we can recruit. Gonna have to take a quick look here. Oh, what's this? I noticed that some of these units have the gray thing. Is that because... Oh, I see. They can become a gunner if they wanted to. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so it's kind of like a retroactive ability to promote. Sybil's unit can become a gun. So can our magician there as well. Or our apprentice, I should say. Oh, Abigail's units here. Can they become... Oh, interesting. So the gunner can be either male or female. That's actually kind of useful. We also have the siege cannon now as an option as well. So that's pretty great. That gives us a lot more options. We're going to have to build up Lysander's squad with some more units as well, so we got to think about that. Okay, still some things we got to do. Just trying to think, like, if it would be worth turning a unit or two into gunners for Lysander's group there. Well, for now, maybe we won't, but that's something to think about here in the future. Alright, so let's go back to the tech tree. See what else we can do for promotions here. The other option is we work on buffing our light armored units further. This would impact our firearm units as well. But I think I'm going to go with... I'm going to go with one of these upgrades here, like advanced flanking would be pretty good. Either that... Oh, man, I'm so tempted to go for this status effect one, since we have lots of dragons. And then, of course, it would also be great eventually to get this boost to our class mastery gain from dragons. I think I'll go for the status effects upgrade here. You know what? I'm hemming and hawing. Never mind. We're going to do advanced flanking. That's the decision. I'm going to stick with it. Now, we do have a single point left. Maybe we'll grab the crossbowmen. Because I think crossbowmen feed into the gunner class, if I'm not mistaken. Although we do have some other options here that I haven't really considered. Improving our charge of our cavalry. Ability to unlock apprentices. We could also just save the point for later. That's an option too. Hang on, what are these upgrades? We have, okay, aggressive. Okay, so this is if you want to have specific, target leader or whatever when you're issuing commands when you go into battle. So far, we haven't really needed that, so I think maybe we'll just go with the crossbowman here. Okay. And then I don't think that changes recruiting at all. No. Trader, that nothing changes there. So let's go back to our army. Okay. I know this is taking a bit, but we had a lot to do from last time. So, our dragon squad here. Let's add in... Well, it'd be nice to have a healer in the squad. That's going to slow them down a bit, but... They're currently considered infantry. Hang on. If we remove these two units, what does that make us? Flying is 7. So you get a little bit more mobility. I mean, you really only lose the 1, though, so it's not like it's horrendous by adding the other units and making them... Although I imagine certain terrain types probably are not so good. We could put our Acolyte here in front of Thorax, who's a little bit weaker. Alternatively, we could just add in our Priestess here. I think we'll put Sarah in here. And then I don't think we have enough capacity to add another unit, sadly. Oh, we do, actually. Wow. Okay, we can put Hela in here. Oh, that's perfect. There we go. All right, now this is a bit of a hodgepodge group, but I think it's going to be pretty effective, hopefully. We'll see. I mean, maybe it won't be, but I think it'll be pretty useful. All right, so we've got Conrad's squad. We're going to leave as they are. Marion's, again, we can't really do much with them at the moment, so they're going to stay as they are. Now, Lysander's is the one we have to add units to. I think we'll add a bowman just because we don't have anything else really there that we can do. Might want to reallocate some of our troops here. Maybe Diana's unit. Let's remove our rear guard here, Sigrid. And we can add Sigrid into Lysander's group up front. Yeah, like this. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now, we can add a lot more to Lysander's group. We can also give them some artifacts. Let's see what might be useful here. Oh, wow. St. Teresa's Bulwark. That's a really, really good item. Front row takes less damage. Let's see what else. Crystal Lance. Arm and magic. A little bit less strength. That's okay. I'm probably going to give this to Craig's group, I think. Either that or maybe like Diana's group. We can add another unit as well. So let's go recruit a bunch of troops here for us. So we'll go to the marketplace. We'll recruit. We definitely want some fighters. So let's grab a couple of them. And maybe we'll grab another bowman just to be... And we'll grab a medic as well. Okay. And then let's go back and organize our army here. So we'll add in one of our fighters there. Yeah, Craig's group's looking really good. And then let's give them that artifact that we were just talking about. St. Teresa's Bulwark. That's huge. Man, they are going to be super tanky now. And again, the reason I'm giving some of these really powerful squads some units that are not as strong is because I want them to gain experience, and a good way to do that is to have them join in with a powerful squad. All right, let's grab one of our fighters here and have him be a rear guard for Diana's group. All right, and now we have Lysander's group, which can still have some extra units. Maybe we'll just add some more, like, bowmen or something. I mean, gunners would be the ideal, but... Hang on a sec. Actually, while we're talking about that, if we change classes with Julius... Okay, so he can become crossbowman. Okay, so I guess he can't directly turn into a gunner. That's good to know. What about... I wonder if our fighter can. Can he eventually just directly become... No. Okay, so a gunner requires you to already be kind of a tier 2 unit. In most cases, it would appear. Except for the apprentice, I guess. That's good to know. So, we'll go back to the marketplace, and we will recruit some more bowmen, I guess. And maybe one more fighter while we're at it. And then we'll go to Lysander's group. And we will add in another bowman. One thing we might want to do as well would be... Might be good to... Well, I think Lysander's actually okay in the back. That's probably fine. We add one more? No, it's going to be too costly. Okay, well, that'll do. I mean, again, it's a very kind of hodgepodge squad, but hopefully they can be a bit of a jack-of-all-trades for us. I'm just seeing if there's something we could give them that would be useful. The Crusader's Mace might be helpful because they don't really have any magic in the group, other than, I guess, a little bit of healing from the general, that being Lysander, so that'll do there. Let's see, any other opportunities for some items to be equipped? Nothing really. Alright, I think we're good there. I know we spent a lot of time on this. Sorry if that was a bit boring, but I think it was worth doing. Alright, so we will, I think, proceed onwards now. And again, I have to decide, do I want to do this relationship conversation, instant chemistry? You know, it's interesting because then Craig and Abigail presumably would have like a romantic relationship, and that is Jules' sister, so kind of your best buddy's sister, I guess. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I guess they have a pretty good relationship, Craig and Jules, so... Alright, well, let's do it. Oh, hi there, Abigail. I was just passing through. Of course, Craig. You didn't want to talk to me? Okay, well, take care. Sorry to bother you. See you around. Is there something? Oh, sorry. Okay, let me start over. Hi, Abigail. I just wanted to check up on you. The battlefield is pretty rough at times. Oh, that is sweet of you. It can be frightening, but it is my duty. Do not worry about me, dear Craig. Yeah, that's the thing. I do worry about you, even if it's not necessary. When I see you out there, I... Yes, dear Craig? I want to protect you. Does that not just make you a responsible leader? No, not like that. It's you, Abigail. It's you specifically who I want to protect. Oh my stars. Why me, dear Craig? I don't know. I've felt that way since the first moment I met you. To be perfectly honest, my heart skipped a beat. I seem to remember it being really obvious on my face. It is actually me who was embarrassed to meet you, Craig. I felt my face turn the darkest shade of red. How foolish of me to lose my composure like that. You didn't notice me blushing? Nor did you notice me, dear Craig. I haven't been able to get you out of my mind since the first moment I met you. I feel the very same about you. Oh, my stars, you are a dream come true. Well, isn't that sweet? Okay, so if we take a look now, we have I guess like a romantic partner, and then we have lots of friends. We still don't know where Zelos is, so hopefully we can find him eventually. And then you can see that Diana is friends with Craig and Stefan. I just want to see Abigail. So yeah, Jules is her brother, I think. And okay, so that's gonna get hopefully that'll be an okay conversation between Craig and Jules, but we'll see. And you know what, since this has gone quite a bit, why don't we do that arena battle, and then we can do a part 1 and a part 2 like we've been doing for a lot of these episodes. That way we're not taking a huge amount of time to also then do the story mission itself. That way we're not making it take too long. So we'll do the silver arena battle here. All right. This is a great chance for us to gain some experience with some of our units. We can certainly try out our... Let's just take a look here. Okay. Ooh. Okay, we got to watch out for those cannons. Ooh, and these rogues are going to be dangerous. All right, so we want to definitely use some of our new units, like probably... I want to definitely try out our new hodgepodge squad, is what I'm going to call them, because they're kind of a mix. Craig's group would be good just to get them going again. Barnabas probably would be good to use here. Lysanders as well. I mean, they're a very powerful squad, although they're kind of a weird mix. I wouldn't mind getting more experience with Marion's group as well. Conrad's too. Like, man, I have so many squads I want to gain experience with. You know, Diana's is probably fine. They're really strong. Abigail, you know what? Let's get Abigail going. And Marion as well. And then we've got one more spot. Having an archer wouldn't be terrible. Or Barnabas, perhaps, would be alright. Let's see, who else do we have here? Again, Lysander's probably strong enough as he is, although getting experience with those new units wouldn't be the worst idea. Conrad, it would be good to keep gaining experience to try to be able to add more units to that squad, however. That's the big incentive there. The thing I'm the most concerned about, though, in this battle is that there are a ton of cavalry and then these rogues, so we need to have units that have a rear guard. Marion does not. Neither does Abigail, but Craig does, thankfully. And Cloudrender, Athelis doesn't either, so we'll need somebody who can handle an attack from the back, and that's probably going to be Barnabas. Lysander kind of can't either. Neither can Conrad. But in terms of, like, I got to think about it more, I guess, in terms of, like, who needs the experience the most. And Conrad would probably be the one to benefit the most from getting more experience in this battle. Either that or Lysander with his units that can still get promoted. Yeah, you know, this is kind of a tough call. I mean, even Sybil, like, her units are still kind of in You know, they're not super strong, but they're also not weak. They're kind of in the middle. All right, I'm going to make the executive decision here. And we're going to go with Lysander's group, just because we want to try to get those units promoted. All right, mission info, as always. We just have to capture the enemy base, and we can't let our base get captured or lose all of our squads. We got to do this in 8 turns, it looks like, for a optimal outcome.
For my people, for my homeland.
So, now, here's what's interesting.
Awaiting your orders.
Can't quite get in there on the first turn, but we can go here and wait. And then Athalas can head over that way. We'll have Abigail support Craig's squad.
Break their resolve.
Lysander's probably going to head over to the right. And Marion, I'm not sure exactly where, but we'll kind of decide. You know what? Maybe we'll send Marion over this way as well with our Dragon Rider. Oh, shoot. Didn't think this one through. Ouch, that hurt. Thankfully, we healed, but that was a lot of damage. There was a loyalty up there for Abigail, which could be... Okay, now, this is where having that rear guard is important. Yes. Oh, nice. Good kills up front. And we should get the other ones on the second turn here. Perfect. Nice and clean. Wow, look at that. Good level ups for the whole squad. Fantastic. And class mastery up in the back. That's what we need. Wonderful. Oh, here we go. Round 2. Nice. Kind of the same outcome. Really, really good there. Just gaining some good experience, even some loyalty. Uh-oh. Bowman shooting at us here. Thankfully, we had pretty good cover there. Okay, now Craig's coming under attack again. We do have the pikemen up front, though, which is perfect for this battle. Really nice. Good damage there. Nice. Really good outcome there. And some free actions and another kill. Man, we are very, very strong. This is excellent. Craig is almost doing this single-handedly. Ooh, we took a critical there. Well, the leader of the squad is toast. Yeah, this squad's definitely done the best against us, but even still, look at that. We just wiped them almost completely out. Well, now we're going to just be playing cleanup from what I can see here. All right.
The army is ready.
Lysander can attack with, I think it'll just be the bowman that can do that. Maybe that's worth it, though. Let's see. I'm just curious how this will work. Let's try it. I think it's just the archers. Yeah. And they'll counterattack, which is fine. Yeah, no worries. A little bit of experience there for the squad. Now, I think we're going to actually retreat back with Craig. We don't really need to get more experience with him at this point. So maybe we'll just have him pull back and heal up a little bit. All right, and then we could use Marion here to force a surrender, perhaps. Let's try that. Excellent. Nice, good level ups there for Marion. And now, well, this squad's going to move around the side here for sure. And then Abigail can step up and go after Benny's group. It's a little bit of danger because we're putting Abigail where she's going to get a lot of attacks against her, but I think it'll be fine. All right, let's hit Benny's group here for some damage. Excellent. Nice, taking out those cannons is important. too bad we couldn't get that other cannon. Oh, nice. There's that free action. All right, well, they just have one left, so good level up there for Abigail's group. Oh, and you know what? I forgot to apply that item that I bought to this sword fighter. I think now we might get close enough with that skill, depending. It's probably only going to give, I'm guessing, 2, but once this is over, I got to make sure I apply that skill upgrade to that unit. I bought it at the market there. Okay, so we're going to take this one shot. Hopefully we're okay. That's fine. Good heal. Some free loyalty experience. That's good. Now, we're going to take some hits here. Hoping we'll be fine. This should just be fairly negligible damage. Yep. We almost didn't get to see our other units in action here. It's been so dominated by Craig just playing defense there and holding that bridge. Nice kill, though, from Abigail. Okay, so the archers are coming out to play. All right, so here's an opportunity to get our dragon squad into battle. Let's go after Uriel here. This should be a fairly... Oh my god. The squad is such a weird mix here with all these units, but it's working out pretty well. There we go. Nice level ups. That's great for our units that are a little bit on the weaker side. They aren't quite as strong, so putting them in with a unit that's a little bit more powerful is a great way to try to kind of have them catch up a bit. Now, Marion's group can head up here, and we can do forced surrender. Excellent. Now, Lysander's group, I wouldn't mind going after this squad. I'm just a little nervous because they are still reasonably strong. You know what we can do? Lysander's group can move up here and can force a surrender on Uriel. Nice. Excellent. Okay, and then between Craig and Abigail, we can take on Chad here.
I can do this.
So why don't we start with Abigail, and then if needed, Craig can help out as well. Very nice. Ooh, excellent damage there. Now we're going to take some punishment here. Ouch. Perfect. Good kills there all around. That was really, really good for Abigail. And then Craig can move in and get the forced surrender here, I think. Why can't we attack?
Ready.
Oh, I moved to the wrong spot. That's why. There we go. Force that surrender. Excellent. We'll end it there. All right, so let's take a look at what we're up against here. The enemy commander, ooh, is pretty darn strong. So we've got a sentinel, and then 2 soldiers, good healers, and then a row of magic users in the back, including 2 ice mages. Ooh, that could get a little nasty for us. You know what? Let's hit him with a little bit of range damage here. Just because we can. There you go. Good level ups all around. And class mastery ups. That's what we really needed. Can promote those bowmen at least. Abigail's a bit beat up, so let's get her some healing going. There we go. Alright, so now we've got Marion, we've got our dragon squad. I might have to reshuffle the way this squad is set up, just because I don't know if I like quite the way it is. I might want to maybe put in some more infantry or whatever instead of one of those dragons. I'll have to kind of reassess. Maybe I can shuffle Abigail's squad as well. Put another dragon in with her.
For my homeland.
I mean, we have Craig. He can probably make pretty good work of Tobias there. I wouldn't mind, though, Marion getting a crack at it. I just don't think she's strong enough. However, maybe we try Cloud Render's squad. I don't know how this will go, but we can certainly try it. Remember, if our units die here, it doesn't matter. As in, like, they aren't permanently dead. Nice, pretty good damage there, and we killed one of the mages in the back. Ouch. We took some punishment. Ouch. Ooh, that hurt. Well, I mean, good level ups at least. Okay, so let's get Marion up there to heal. She can heal this squad. Do one there. And then Craig can also advance and drop a heal as well. Thinking probably best to do it on... I mean, if we don't heal this unit, it's probably going to die. But I don't want the leader to die as well. I'm going to gamble. We're going to do that. Okay. I say gamble because I'm hoping that the healer in the squad will keep the commander alive, our Dragon Rider. Really good damage being dealt. Nice. So the healer did drop that heal where we needed it. Ooh, our Acolyte died, unfortunately. But we killed the enemy leader, at least. Nice. Class Mastery increase, too. That's pretty solid. Okay. Now, what are we... Oh, you know, I'm tempted to use Lysander and try and get some more experience there, but I don't really want to give them a chance to just heal up a bunch. We'll move Cloud Render out of here. We can do a self-heal. And then Marion can probably get in there and do some work. Maybe try and get the kill. Abigail's done a really good job as well this battle. Let's see what Marion can do. It's a good chance to get some of my other squads the experience of fighting these really strong units. Nice. Having that Sentinel up front is really helpful. Really nice work from our Dragon there. Oh, some nice free action as well. Perfect. Oh, and you know what? This gives a great opportunity now for Lysander to attack with his 2 archers there. Nice. Good experience gain all around, too. And then, why don't we use Abigail to grab the base? A little bit of loyalty increase for her. Excellent. We did it in 5 turns, and we forced a bunch of surrenders, which is good. Got some more gold. Oh, nice. We got a lightning affinity scroll. That might be helpful as well. That's another thing I didn't look at closely is what traits I got from that other Chapter 9 battle. All right, so we'll finish up by... I know this might be a bit of a boring episode, but, you know, preparing and organizing your units is kind of half the fun of this game, so I'm hoping it's enjoyable to watch me kind of hemming and hawing over some of these decisions. So Julius here, we could turn into an archer or a... You know what? A crossbowman wouldn't be the worst thing ever. I think we'll go with a crossbowman just because I don't have any yet. I think it'd be kind of fun to try. Yeah, let's do it. Nice, okay, and the crossbowman can become a gunner as well, so that's great. Alright, Mercer as well, same thing, let's become a crossbowman here. We are running kind of low on iron, though, that is one thing we got to keep in mind. Excellent. Okay, and then... Is there another unit that could get promoted? I can't remember. Don't think Cloud Render's group is strong enough yet. Torax is still a little ways away. And Quasud is our new, relatively newly acquired Drakeling as well. Sara, unfortunately, not quite able to be promoted. Even if we could, though, we don't have the required item to do so. And then Hela in the back is ready, but again, we don't have the item we need to do that. So, I think we're in pretty good shape. Now, one thing I did want to do is use that item on Beatrice here. So we do have the Apple of Agility. Oh, it gets her up to 59. We are so close. I wonder if we gave her an XP, get her to level 16. Yep, then we could, let's do it. Excellent. And then we should be able to change her class. Let's see. Oh, that's fantastic. Again, we're running very short on iron, but this will be very cool. Nice, our first Sword Master. Very, very cool. And Resolve, unit takes 25% less damage when under 50% max HP. That's a pretty decent trait, especially if that unit was going to take a lot of damage, like an upfront fighter. She is kind of in the back getting some protection because she's technically light infantry, so... But, yeah, that's great. That's going to make Abigail's squad a lot more effective. We should be able to add a unit in now as well to Abigail's group. Maybe a fighter. We could have a rear guard, actually. That wouldn't be the worst idea. What is that going to cost us? 12. So we just have to unequip one of our items. Let's get rid of the arming sword. And then we can add one of these fighters in the back here. And they can sort of protect our units that are more vulnerable. Very nice. Just seeing if anyone else now has the capacity to add somebody else in. Yeah, Conrad, again, it would have been nice to get some more experience with Conrad's group, but Craig's squad is just such an absolute beast here. We can change class here of Simon. Now, getting a Cavalier wouldn't be the worst thing ever. We could give that over to Barnabas's squad. You know what? I'm going to do that. And then we're going to just take a look. I think I can transfer this unit over. We'll remove Simon. And I think if I go to Barnabas's group, I should be able to add him in. Yep, and it's only 10. Well, that's excellent. There, now Barnabas' squad is just totally stacked with units there. That's great. Well, very nice. This is working out super well. I would love for Marion's group to get the capacity to add at least one more unit to maybe have like a rear guard to protect Marion, but at least for now, they're in good shape. Abigail's group I'm really happy with now that they have an extra unit in there. Again, we might want to, and we can do this next episode, but we might want to readjust Lysander and our Dragon Rider squad just so that they're a little bit more optimized, but in terms of like unit composition and placement. But for now, I mean, I can't complain. This is great. And let's just add in another unit for Craig's squad here to replace the one we just traded away. Put Hadrian in there. Let's just take a quick look before we end the episode. Let's just see, what else do we have? Oh, nice. Mint Leaves of Magic. That can increase the magic of a unit by a little bit. Max health boost. We probably want to start using those eventually. We've now got lots of the affinity choices here, which is great. We've only got one of each, mind you, but let's see what we've got here. We've got plenty of these traits, so we definitely want to start giving these to our units, I think, especially the ones that are kind of our main fighters here. Yeah, so we can look at that maybe next episode here. At the start of battle, gain a barrier equal to 50% of magic. Wow. That's pretty good. We could probably want to give this to a unit that's got decent magic and is still an upfront fighter. That would be very useful. Healing Attuned could be great for our upfront units here. Yeah, anyway, we'll check this out. Let's see what's Challenger. +3 strength start a battle for every unit in the enemy squad. Wow. Yeah, we'll assess those for the next time, but for now, we're going to save it. So we'll save it. But as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.